coming up, I'm going to introduce you to a hero at home who's literally taking at-risk kids off the street, putting them in the air, and changing their lives.
Tonight in our Heroes at Home segment, we introduce you to a man who helps young people reach heights they never imagined, literally thousands of feet in the air. Lynette Romero takes us to tomorrow's Aeronautical Museum and its one-of-a-kind flight school.
You control your destiny.
Okay, let's make a turn to the right.
So I try and teach the kids ethics. I try and teach them responsibility and self-control.
Let's see what you got.
Because if you can control the demons inside, if you can control the urges, the things that make you want to do the wrong thing, then you can control the world.
A pretty intense curriculum for this nonprofit after-school program in Compton.
We're the one program that everybody says, oh, we keep kids off the streets. We keep them off the streets, about 1,000 feet above the streets.
Pilot Robin Petgrave sold his helicopter company and started a flight school for at-risk kids. Now a decade and 1,000 kids later, his focus remains the same: to show kids who are destined to fail how to soar.
Here, you can take one of these kids and say, I know this kid's supposed to be dead by the time he's 17, but I'm going to make him do something so phenomenal
that they're going to forget the odds against them. But they work for it. If they want to learn to fly, they have to earn it by making what they call museum dollars.
How many museum dollars you guys got? Your job today is to detail this airplane. Underneath it, it's got to be the same color as on top of it.
I think it's pretty cool because not all kids get the opportunity to come down to a place like this, go flying, or, you know, hang around with Tuskegee Airmen and talk to them.
That's right. The Tuskegee Airmen aren't just part of the history of World War II on the walls here. The pilots, now in their 80s, spend time at the school, mentoring and challenging the next generation. But not all of these kids want to fly. They just need a safe place, away from gangs, drugs, and trouble.
Diallo has no interest in being a pilot. But he's there every day because he knows when he gets to be 18 and he figures out what he wants to do, he's going to have museum dollars. We'll pay for his college.
And even with all the success stories, all the plaques on the wall, the reality is you can't save every kid. And this letter is painful proof of that. It's from a California prison, from a former student here who is now serving a life sentence.
Thanks to this program, now I am going to be what I want to be, an airline captain.
At 11 years old, that was his dream. Now in prison, he writes that he has a mind and heart full of regrets.
And that's when you realize you can't save them all, but you can save a few of them.
In fact, he really did save Tony Wallace, who's been coming here since he was 7. Now 20, he tells me about the day Petgrave pushed him and his friend to follow the rules and sign in.
He didn't sign in, he went outside, went home. He got shot and all that.
You got shot and killed? Did you ever think that could have been you?
We'd have walked out there with him. We stayed and signed in.
1 minute, the boy was at the flight school. The next, he was across the street, gunned down in a gang drive-by.
When tragedy happens to one, and then the others will point out the fact that, you know, if you weren't here, if you hadn't told me what I did, if you hadn't interfered with this, there would have been 3 of us there dead across the street instead of 1.
Those mean streets seem so far away when you're flying.
When you get up here, you really start to understand that things are within your grasp, within your reach.
When you are truly controlling your destiny with a hero at home by your side.
That's him flying. If you can see my hand, that's this guy flying.
Lynette Romero, KTLA News.
The nonprofit flight school depends not only on donations, but from helicopter tours and private instruction as well. For more information on the flight school, and if you'd like to nominate a hero at home, go to ktla.com/heroes.